Welcome back to 9th Standard ICSE Mathematics Online Class Session 2.
Hello students, have you finished this assignment which I gave you in the previous class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Shall we check the answers?
Okay, ma'am.
Students, I hope you have checked the solutions for the assignment problems. Today, we are going to see about factorization. We learnt about expansion in previous session, right? So factorization is the reverse procedure of expansion. If you look at this example, the expansion of 2 into y plus 3 is 2y plus 6. Whereas, if you factorize 2y plus 6, you will get 2 into y plus 3. So now, let us see the brief explanation of factorization.
So, as we saw, factorization is the reverse procedure of expansion. Factorization means writing the algebraic expression to product of its factors, which means suppose if you ran an algebraic expression here, so you can write this expression as a product of factors, right? And these factors can be numbers or variables or algebraic expressions. So now let us see an example and how to factorize an algebraic expression. So the given question here is 42ax. So these are the three different forms of the factors of the given question 42ax. Now you need to check which is the correct form of the factors of 42ax, right? So if you observe here, the third form as the prime numbers, which is 2 into 3 into 7. So the factors which has only prime numbers are the correct factors of the given question. So here the third form are the factors of 42ax, since 2 into 3 into 7 are the irreducible factors of 42, which means you cannot reduce it to the further form. Also, the irreducible factors of ax is a into x. So, the factors of the question 42ax is 2 into 3 into 7 into a into x. Okay. Now, we have seen how to factorize an algebraic expression if it has only one term. Suppose if you have expressions which has two terms, then how will you factorize it? Okay, now to factorize those kinds of expressions which has two or more than two terms, we need four methods. So here the first method is factorization by taking common factor. The second method is factorization by regrouping terms. The third method is factorization using identities. And the fourth method is factorization by splitting the middle term. So the first method is factorization by taking common factor. So let us see the sums based on this method. So the first example is factorize 2x plus 4. So we can write the first term 2x as 2 into x. Similarly, the second term 4 as 2 into 2. So applying it in the equation to x plus 4, we get 2 into x plus 2 into 2. So if you notice here, you have 2 common in both the terms, right? So taking 2 common from both the terms, we will get 2 into x plus 2. Since if you take 2 commonly here, the leftover term will be x. So here if you take 2 commonly outside, the leftover term will be 2. So let's see another example. Example number 3. factorize 2x into a minus b plus 3y into 5a minus 5b plus 4 into 2b minus 2b. So here the first term I am writing as it is. In the second term we can take 5 commonly outside since you have 5 in both the terms. So if I take 5 commonly outside, we will get 5 into 3 y and a minus b. In the third term we can take 2 commonly outside. So if we take 2 commonly outside, we will get 2 into 4 z into b minus a. So now if you observe that, you will have a minus b in the first term. In the second term also you have a minus b. But in the third term we have b minus a. So in order to get a minus b, we will take minus sign commonly outside. So if you take minus sign commonly outside, you will get a minus b. So now if you solve and write, you will get 2x into a minus b plus 15 into a minus b minus 8z into a minus b. So now you have a minus b commonly in all the terms, right? So taking a minus b commonly outside, the leftover terms will be 2x plus 15y minus 8z. So the solution for the given question is a minus b into 2x plus 15y minus 8z. So now the method 2 is factorization by regrouping terms. So now let us see the problems based on this method. The first question is factorize 2xy plus 3 plus 2y plus 3x. First, you need to check if there is any common factor among all the terms. If there is no common factor, then think of grouping it. If you group first and the third term, you have 2y common. Similarly, if you group second and the fourth term, you have 3s common, right? So you have to regroup it and find out the factors. So on rearranging the terms, I will get 2xy plus 2y plus 3x plus 3. So now if you observe here, from the first and the second term, you have 2y as common. So taking 2y commonly outside, I will get x plus 1. Similarly, from the third and the fourth term, I have 3s common. So if we take 3 commonly outside, you will get 3 into x plus 1, right? So now if you observe here, in both the terms you have x plus 1 is common. So taking x plus 1 commonly outside from both the terms, the leftover terms will be 2y plus 3. So the solution is x plus 1 into 2y plus 3. So now let us see another example. Factorize a square plus b minus ab minus a. So here, check if there is any common factor among all the terms. If there is no common factor, the second step is think of grouping it. So here, from the first and the fourth term, you can take a commonly outside. So here, from the second and the third term, you can take b commonly outside. So on rearranging the terms, we will get a square minus a plus b minus ab. So now if you observe, from the first and the second term, you can take a commonly outside. So if you take a commonly outside, you will get a into a minus 1. Similarly, from the third and the fourth term, you can take b commonly outside. So if you take b commonly outside, you will get b into 1 minus a. Now, if you observe here, you have a minus 1 here and 1 minus a here. In order to get a minus 1, you need to take minus sign commonly outside the bracket. So if you take minus commonly outside the bracket, you will get a minus 1 here. So now if you observe, you have a minus 1 in the first term, also a minus 1 in the second term. So from both the terms, you have to take a minus 1 commonly outside. So if you take a minus 1 commonly outside, the leftover term will be a. Similarly, if you take a minus 1 commonly outside, the leftover term will be b. So a minus b. So the solution is a minus 1 into a minus b. So let us see another example. Factorize ab into x square plus 1 plus x into a square plus b square. So now if you check if there's any common factor among all the terms, there is no common factor, right? So now the next step is to think of grouping it, right? Here we cannot even group it since you have different terms. So what we need to do is multiply a, b inside the brackets. Similarly, multiply x term inside the bracket. So if you multiply in such way, you will get ab x square plus ab plus a square x plus b square x. Now think of grouping it. So from the first and the second term, you can take ax commonly outside. So I am grouping first and the second term. Similarly, I am grouping second and the third term. So if I group in such way, then from the first two terms I can take ax commonly outside. So the leftover terms will be bx plus a. Similarly, from the third and the fourth term, we can take b commonly outside. So the leftover terms will be bx plus a. So now if you observe, in both the terms you have bx plus a common, right? So if you take bx plus a commonly outside, the leftover terms will be ax plus b. Okay. The next method is factorization using identities. So far we have learned many identities, right? So using those identities, we can factorize algebraic expression. So quickly let us recall what are the identities we have seen so far. So the first identity is a square minus b square. So from the first term a square minus b square, I am adding and subtracting plus ab minus ab in order to get the expansion. So now I am regrouping it. First and the third term and second and the fourth term. So if I regroup in such way, from the first two terms I can take a commonly outside. Then from the last two terms I can take minus b commonly outside. If we take commonly outside, from both the terms we can see that a plus b is common. So taking a plus b commonly outside, we will get a minus b. So the expansion for a square minus b square equals a plus b into a minus b. So this is one of the identity we will be using to factorize the expressions. Let us see the next identity. This identity we have already studied in previous class, right? A plus b the whole cube equals a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So using this identity, we are going to derive another identity which is a cube plus b cube for factorizing algebraic expressions. So if you observe the last two terms, you have 3ab as common. So if you take 3ab commonly outside, the leftover terms will be a plus b. So now we are going to find out the identity a cube plus b cube. So keeping this alone here, if you take this term 3ab into a plus b to the other side, you will get a plus b the whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b. Now this a plus b the whole cube can be written as a plus b into a plus b the whole square, and writing this term as such. So if you observe in these two terms, you have a plus b as common. So again taking a plus b commonly outside, the leftover terms will be a plus b the whole square minus 3ab. So now here you need to apply the identity a plus b the whole square. So the identity for a plus b the whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. If you solve 2ab minus 3ab, you will get minus ab. So the identity a cube plus b cube equals a plus b into a square minus ab plus b cube. This is identity 3. A cube minus a minus b the whole cube equals a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. This identity also we have learnt in previous class, right? So now Using this identity, we are going to derive a cube minus b cube identity. So following the same procedure as before, wherein only the sign differs. The identity for a cube minus b cube equals a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So all these identities will be useful in factorizing the algebraic expressions. So let us see the problems using identities. Factorize 49p square minus 36. So the first term 49p square can be written as 7p the whole square. Similarly, 36 can be written as 6 square. Since 6 into 6 is 36 and your 7 into 7 is 49. So if you observe this, it is in the form of a square minus b square. We have studied the identity a square minus b square equals a plus b into a minus b. So using this identity, we can factorize the given expression. So here, in the place of a, you have 7p. In the place of b, you have 6. So substituting a equal to 7p and b equal to 6 in the above identity, we will get 7p minus 6 into 7p plus 6. So let us see another example. Factorize 27x cube plus 125y cube. So the first term 27x cube can be written as 3x the whole cube, since 3 cube is 27 and x the whole cube is x cube. Similarly, 125 can be written as 5 cube and y cube is y the whole cube. So now if you observe this, it is in the form of a cube plus b cube. Also, we have studied the identity for a cube plus b cube, which is a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. So in the place of a, here you have 3x, and in the place of b, here you have 5y. So substituting a equal to 3x and b equal to 5y in the above identity, we will get 3x plus 5y into 3x the whole square minus 3x into 5y plus 5y the whole square. So if you solve all these terms, you will get 9x square minus 15xy plus 25y square. So next is example 3. Factorize a cube minus 27. So the first term a cube we cannot factorize. So a cube and a the whole cube is a cube only. So similarly here 27 you have. So 27 is 3 the whole cube. So 3 the whole cube is 27. So now if you observe this, this is in the form of a cube minus b cube. So again applying the identity a cube minus b cube and substituting a equal to a and b equal to 3 in the above identity, we will get a minus b into a square plus a into 3 plus 3 the whole square. So if you solve these terms, you will get a square plus 3a plus 9. So the last method is factorization by splitting the middle term. So this method, splitting the middle term, can be applied for the quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c. So these are the steps to be followed to factorize using splitting the middle term. So the step 1 is multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term. So the coefficient of x square means a here, the constant term is c. So that is, you have to multiply a into c. The second step is split AC into two factors whose sum and product is equal to b and AC. So after splitting it, the terms will be grouped into two pairs. So after grouping it, you can factorize. So let us see an example based on this. Factorize 2x square plus 15x plus 27. So here the given question is of the form ax square plus bx plus C. So now you can use splitting the middle term method here. So where A is 2, B is 15 and C is 27. So in this method, the first step is to multiply A and C. So if you multiply 2 and 27, you will get 54. So which is the product. And the middle term is 15. So if you multiply two numbers, you need to get 54. And if you sum up two numbers, you need to get 15. In such a way, you need to find out two terms. So here 6 into 9 is 54 and 6 plus 9 is 15. So we have split the middle term as 6x and 9x. So substituting 6x and 9x in the place of 15, we will get 2x square plus 6x plus 9x plus 27. So after splitting the middle term, now you can regroup the terms and you can take the common factors outside. So if you observe from the first two terms, you can take 2x commonly outside. And from the last two terms, you can take 9 commonly outside. Now, in the second and the third term, you will have x plus 3 and x plus 3 is common. So if you take x plus 3 commonly outside, you will get 2x plus 9. So the solution for the given question is x plus 3 into 2x plus 9. So let us see another example. Factorize 2x square plus 15x minus 27. So I have given the same question as before, wherein the sign only differs. This is for you to understand in a better way. So the given question is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Here a equals 2, b equals 15 and c is minus 27. So the first step is to multiply a and c. If you multiply a and c, you will get minus 54. So the product is minus 54. And the second step is you have to write b, which is b is 15 here. So the sum is 15. So you have to find out two terms which has the product minus 54 and the sum has to be 15. So like previous sum, if I put 6 and 9 here, I will get 54 but not minus 54. So we have to change the terms with the sign. So here 18 into minus 3 is minus 54 and 18 minus 3 is 15. If you subtract 18 and minus 3, you will get 15. So we split the middle term as 18x and minus 3x. So after splitting the middle term 15x to be 18x minus 3x, we can take 2x from the first two terms commonly outside, and from the last two terms we can take minus 3 outside. And now if you observe, you have x plus 9 and x plus 9 in both the terms. So taking x plus 9 commonly outside, you are left with 2x minus 3. So the solution for the given question is x plus 9 into 2x minus 3. So I have given an assignment. Work it out in your classwork and submit it in your GCR. I have given the procedures for how to download Google Classroom. Kindly follow the instruction given here. After working out on your classwork, take a photocopy of it and send it to me in the GCR. Thank you.